Hello again everyone, Saka here and welcome back to another episode of Planet Zoo Career Mode. And when we last left off, we got our silver star, and today we're unleashing our inner kindergartner and trying to get a gold star. We need 2 West African lions. That's something that we can definitely do. And 11 of any habitat species to the wild. We need our animals to reproduce. Once the children are born, then we might be able to release them to the wild or wait until they're adults to do such things as these. We also need to breed 8 new habitat animals of different species. We were waiting on our cheetah. If they breed, that's going to be a new animal. And if our West African lions breed, that will be number 8. So that is easily done. Once we get our lions in, hopefully we can bring in 500 more guests to the zoo. And then we can work on releasing. So it's mainly just a big matter of time before we can get that gold star. So the Springbok is on its way to research. We can get 25% more research. Why not? We'll keep that up. And then we'll look and see what the West African lion needs to be happy. I want to sort of put them right next to the cheetah, if we can. They are confident with humans, so I don't know if they would approach the track there, or if maybe we can put them in. Yeah, we can't put them in with the zebras. That would be terrible indeed. We can't put them in with the African wild dogs or the hyenas either. Just sort of looking for a place where the walkway is nearby, and we might be able to get a path in. How about over here? So we already have a path nearby here. If we put the West African lion along this path, we might get some folks coming out this way. Plus we can do sort of a loop around this backside, and that way everyone can see in. Although looking at that dictionary or the encyclopedia, they need grade 3 climb proof. And looking at this, it looks like the only grade 3 climb proof that we have is red brick. So yeah, that's an opaque wall. We might continue on this path then elevated, and then do like an elevated walkway around the border. That might not be too awful bad. And I think once we get the African lion in here, that's going to increase our zoo visitors for sure. And then we can work on breeding and releasing animals to the wild that need to be. So yeah, I think we will do that. We have a path right here that we can just connect straight up to. And I think that will work out swimmingly. Yeah, let's just delete these paths here. And then what I will do is I will get an elevated path that runs this way, runs around, and then connects back up to here. So if people want to go this way, they will be walking by the African lions. So that will be pretty cool indeed. So I'll go ahead and match up this path. I think that's the rustic path. Indeed it is. We will make a path around a red brick enclosure and then get those African lions down as soon as possible. So I will be right back. All right, so looking at the African wild dog here, I looked at the Zoopedia for the African wild dog, and it looks like that they can survive happily in a group of 2. And we have way more than 2 African wild dogs here. And in fact, there is 1 pregnant, and there is our alpha male. So what we can do is select Fadil, Zikimo, Dakari, and Coyote, and release them to the wild as well. Try to get some of our conservation credits back. That's going to be super duper important. There's Dakari, release you to the wild. 29 conservation credits as well. Let's look at the zoo and go with Zikomo and release you to the wild as well for 30 conservation credits. And then we have, last but not least, Fadil, and release you to the wild. 12 conservation credits there. And let's see how our progress is. So that is 9 out of 11. We have 6 out of 8 animals bred, and we have placed 1 Western African lion. Now the problem is there was only 3 males to pick from for the West African lion, and that was it. There was no female West African lion, and it was for conservation credits as well. So we basically have to do a lot of saving up if we want to get our second Western African lion in here. And already the African lion is injured, which is not good indeed. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and get this shelter built up and ready to go. Let's go terrain, and we need a lot of short grass in here. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll increase that size a ton. That way we can cover a lot of ground. We have just the right amount of soil, and we need to bring that amount of long grass right down, as this is a savanna animal. All right, so that's okay on the grass. We just need some rock, and he does need some hard shelter as well. Let's go ahead with our blueprints and get a basic wooden shelter over here. Maybe the African lion will like that. We'll go ahead and play and see if that is good. Yes, indeed. So then all we need is some rock around. So let's find some rock around and bring that right up. Now let's do some more rough rock over here. Just getting rid of some of that short grass and long grass as well. And that is looking right down the middle as well. So why you no like hard shelter? Let's see if we can lower this hard shelter down a bit. We'll advance, move, and drop it right into the ground and see if our lion can walk that. All about pathfinding and seeing what they need. Yeah, let's see their path. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't recognize that he can walk on that path at all. This looks climbable, but he doesn't like to be in it, which is interesting. We'll just move that, and it didn't sort of reset it. Okay, we will raise it up a bit. I'm not exactly sure what this lion wants. We'll try that. Now, is that in the walkable area? It is not. All right, so why you gotta be difficult? All right, so we'll advance, move, and drop you right to the ground. Lower the platforms right down. Maybe the lion's head will not bump. Yeah, it's like the lion doesn't like that habitat at all, which is crazy indeed. Now that might be too awful big. Now let's spin this right round where there is no conflicting ground collision and see if the lion likes that. Can the lion walk in there? Yeah, recalculate a bit. And there we go. So the terrain is all set for our African lion. I probably had to play in order to get that reset last time. They don't need plants, but enrichment is a big thing. Hopefully, we have researched something for our Western African lion that can be suitable. All right, so we've got our sprinkler system out. We'll go ahead and plop that sprinkler down and see what that does for him. 22%. We also have a large ball. Awesome. Do we have any food? No, we don't know any food enrichment. But what we can do is put down our water pipe, and let's put down a large food tray as well. And everything should be set. So we've got a little bit of enrichment. The lion should start being fairly happy. And now all we need to do is see, does power reach over here? It does not. Since this is a power path, or a staff-only path, I can extend this down over here and put down some sustainable power. Something like so. All right, let's get our utility. Does a solar panel cover? No. Does a wind turbine? Yeah, so the turbine does. Can we spin that around so our... There it was. Right there, and it does indeed cover all of that area there, and it's far enough away I don't think people will be too awful upset with the wind turbine. It reaches 33 feet. If we look at the negative impact on guests, yeah, the guests are not going to be anywhere near that wind turbine. So now we can grab our educational items. See what we can do here. Let's turn that filter off. Let's grab these donation bins as well and start placing them along the fence here. There we go. We probably also need some garbage cans or recycle bins for sure. Let's grab little educational speaker. Duplicate that and plop that right there as folks start coming up to the Western African line. And then we will make sure that wherever they stop along this fence, they will be getting educated. We can also put down a signage board as well. And I think this will be a nice lookout over the line. We just need to keep our eyes out for any potential female Western African lions we can plop down. And hopefully they're within our conservation credit budget. Because that lion there was, I think, 300? Why were you red? No power. How far does our power go? Just right there? Okay, can we scooch it without getting into the danger zone? Yeah, if we move it forward a bit. There we go, now it's within power range. Squeezing every square inch of that power. Now let's see if we can find us a recycle bin. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. The African bin. And we'll sort of stagger them right in between these donation boxes. And then we'll grab some benches as well. Just in case some folks want to have a sit down, they can rest up and get their energy back. So we will grab, okay. That's a nice little group actually. Let's group select. And just select all of those. Wow. So it selected like all of them? It selected the canopy. No, I just want, sure. We'll just grab the African benches. We won't worry about the, we won't worry so much about the umbrellas. There we go. It's like everywhere I tried to put it, it said, nope, not gonna happen. But right before they go down the stairs or right after they come up the stairs, they'll have some benches there. Diseased animal discovered. Vet called. Well, that's good. And also our Western African lion also needs to be treated. We also need to assign this generator to a work zone. So let's go ahead and select that. And now our mechanic will be able to service that generator. All right, so that's 9 out of 11 habitat species released, 6 out of 8 animals bred. We need another Western African lion. So we'll keep an eye out. Oh, there we go, 404 conservation credits, gotcha, sent to zoo, bam. So that was quick, but that will be our second Western African place. And disease seems to be running rampant in the giraffe pen. Do we have enough veterinarians to round the curve up? We've got 3. Heavy work zone. We'll hire 2 more vets just in case they need to do some work. All right, so that lion is injured. We'll go ahead and call a vet. And this vet is going to be on the way, first day on the job. He will be servicing this lawn sexton. We'll be taking care of this injured lion. It's almost like we got him injured for some reason. Keeper is there. All right, off the lion goes to surgery, hopefully to be fixed. And here comes our second Western African lion put down there. That should get that done as soon as she is placed down, and then we can see if we can get to breeding a brand new Western African lion. And there we go. Western African lion placed down. That is number 2. And we need 2 more species. We need to release 2 more animals, and we need 400 more people in the zoo. Let's go ahead and take a look at our animals. See if any animals can be released. How about the plains zebra? How many do they need to function? So they need a group of 3 to 6. So I think we can release a couple of these zebras. There's our alpha male, and none of the other are pregnant. So let's go ahead and release Masamba. Oh, we can't. Okay. Let's try to release Nanyamaka. All right, there we go. We'll release her. And then we'll release 1 more zebra. Hadia. There we go. And that's going to be our 11th habitat species release. Now we need to breed 2 different animals and get 400 more people in the zoo. Hopefully the cheetah are working on that, and hopefully our Western African lion will do that. Springbok is about to mate. I believe we've had baby Springboks before. Where is our female lion? So she's chilling right over here, waiting for people to come see the Western African lion. But that should be fine. Maybe it takes people a minute to realize that there's something cool over here. And in fact, we have a family over here with some lion hats on their way to see the lions. I bet that's her favorite animal. And if our veterinarian gets back with our male, which it looks like... No, I thought our veterinarian was on the way. But if they get back with that male African lion, we can see if the lion will get to business. So it's mainly a waiting game now. I'll keep the record button on just in case something happens. But now we are just on the waiting game to get more people in the zoo, and on the waiting game to get 2 more different animals bred. I don't think it would be worth it to look at our animal trading center and find some animals that we haven't got in the zoo yet. I believe we've definitely got cheetahs. We might be able to put in a hippo, but we don't have conservation credits to sustain that. We have giraffes, we have sable antelopes, we have hyenas, we have springboks, and that's it. So we are really counting on our cheetah, and we are counting on our Western African lion to get busy. How is your genetics? So not very fertile. How is your genetics? Not very fertile. Yeah, it's going to be tough, I think, to get a cheetah in here. We might have to get another fertile female in here if the cheetah are cool with that. Let's take a look at their habitat. 1 to 3, 2 males to 1 female. Now that is interesting indeed. So do we have on the trading block another male cheetah we can bring in that has some fertility? 50% fertility certainly isn't bad. 67 fertility is better and cheaper. All right, so we will do that. That will be our 1 extra cheetah. So hopefully we can get some offspring there, and we are 300 guests away from bringing in people. And already folks are starting to line up at the African lion, and that's a pretty good view, I would say, of the Western African lion. If we can do some more research and have the lion a little bit more happy. Happy animals, happy breeders. But yeah, we'll just be on the waiting game for the time being. Next time you see me, hopefully I'll be completing one of these tasks. I'll be right back. All right, everyone, we are back. I've been waiting for about an hour, and our Western African lion has given us a little cub, Nabalong, the female. So that is 7 out of 8 animals in the habitat. Our cheetah are still hanging on. We are 300 guests short. I've boosted up some of the marketing, and I looked, and we don't have any hippopotamuses in the zoo. If we commandeered, say, this section over here for hippos, I think that would bring in a lot more people as well. So in the next episode, we will be waiting on our fair cheetah, and we will probably be putting down some hippos, as well as releasing a lot of animals into the wild still to maintain ratios and all that good stuff, doing research, like, for example, our 3 iguanas. We only need 2, so let's go ahead and get rid of, say, let's see, 2250 for a Ricardo, and then we have Juan, which is a 2362, but not metal. Okay. Yeah, let's send Juan to the trading center. That will help them. Only 2 iguanas there. We could also bring in some more exhibit animals in here. Figure, you know, the more appeal we can get, the more people we can bring into the zoo. People are feeling pretty good, and that's all well and good. So in the next episode, we'll hopefully be the gold medal episode of this particular zoo. So like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you for the next Planet Zoo video. Take care.